Hello. Hi guys. Hello. Hi. See, I'm this up a bit. Welcome all my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I am Hanyo, your demon cinephile. And are we live on YouTube? Is it working? It's not. It's going slow again. I think it's going slow. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, hi guys. Hi. Sorry, it's been a while since. It's been a while. No, it's been like it's barely been a week. But yeah. I'm. I don't know what I'm about to say. I got stomach blocked. I messed my own self up. But yeah, tonight we are back with a Vampire of the Masquerade, and I was supposed to do this on, was it Friday? No, Thursday night. I was supposed to do this on Thursday night. I wasn't able to get the chance to. I got home. When I got home, it was super late, and I was just so tired to do anything. And last 2 days, it's just been, I was about to say busy. We're just busy doing other things and blah blah blah. I don't know what I'm trying to tell you guys. No time to stream. No time to stream or do anything. Okay, so um, yeah, the preview window on the computers is lagging because I can see ourselves on the stream just fine when I look at my phone. And that's weird. But I just want to make sure we're all good. Everything's okay. 1 second. I need to mute the mic for a moment. Okay, we're all good. Oh, I just remember I didn't fix the chat on the not the chat. I the what I'm trying to say. That's right. The vertical stream is still in private mode. I can't remember why I did that. Can I fix that while we're streaming? Can I go out and change that? The titles and description. No. Brainstorm. No, I don't want to use your dumb AI. Get shareable link. I can fix it. I can fix it. No. No. Oh, here we go. There we go. That should work. That should fix things out, even things out, or whatever. Whatever. I would love to use YouTube's function where they just share your where they just like convert your thing into both streams. Yeah, that seems like a cool idea. It's just I'm looking at the preview window and it looks awful. Like you can't even see me on their preview window. I guess that's neither here nor there. But yeah, let's jump into the game. As we're starting this pretty late. We're supposed to start this at 9. We're supposed to start this at 9. And uh chaos happened. Chaos happened. And not chaos like, oh, it's Bay. Bay is here. I somehow got a tying with Hololive. No, chaos is in the eternal fire of unpredictability rain down upon me and cause shit to stir up. And that's just me bragging. That's actually part of the lore of stuff I brought up. That is chaos. Chaos is a fire of unpredictable bullshit. And it's one of the most powerful magics in the verse. I really need to write more about chaos. It's a cool concept. I really love chaos. That's me actually... That actually required me sitting down and actually writing. Like, oh, Hanyo, you want to be a writer? Hanyo, you want to be a writer? What are you writing? Don't ask me that. Don't ask me what I'm writing. Don't ask me if I'm getting writing done. My procrastinating ass. So again, I wanted to pull the chat out of the YouTube because I forgot to listen, I've been busy. I forgot to fix chat on forgot to fix the chat in what's it called, Streamlabs. So it keeps doubling every time somebody responds to us. So safety, to make sure I don't lose anything from anybody, I'm putting YouTube on the side right here. Yeah, like I said, let's start the game because I'm not sure how long I'll be able to stream because I have to wake up at pretty early. I had to get the gremlin to school, and I got a doctor's appointment at 9, and now I still have to clean the house up. It's a little bit messy. I have to write. I was trying to write and edit that video. I finally did watch the Supergirl recording. I need to edit that down, I think, depending on how much YouTube wants to F with it because of the song. But let's jump on in. I forgot everybody's names. I forgot all the characters' names. Kaiser. Oh, this is the that's the log. And this is terms, the dictionary terms. It's a dictionary, not a character sheet. That'd be nice though. Oh, what the heck is this? Thin Bloods. I remember reading this one. Thin Bloods. Alright, where are Thin Bloods? Vampires with blood so diluted they retain many human traits. The Thin Bloods are invariably clanless. Survivors of the last decades of a promise. So there's a mute sign is on the TV. Prejudice and ostracization. Their numbers now swell. Their messy street alchemy and ability to pass as human makes them uniquely suited to thrive outside kindred society and make their own fate in the postmodern night. The thin-blooded can be of any mortal origin and are not affected by their parent clan's curse, nor by their preferences in the same degree as their sire. In the 2009 Inner Circle, the Camarilla issued an edict that all thin-blooded must be branded or tattooed with the mark of the crescent moon, inked by a chimera tattoo artist or scorched with a beam of sunlight. The brand is irreversible. Many kindred still view the thin-bloods as threats to the Masquerade. Weaklings, runoffs, abortions, and will destroy them if given the chance. Those who do not despise the Thin Bloods tend to call them the Young Ones, Chameleons, or dust spores. Okay. And also, the reason why I'm in the stream early because my throat is freaking killing me. It started like 2 hours ago, and it's like not like itchy and irritated, but it's like a lump in the back of my throat, like in my throat. And I don't think it's food because I took some medicine and it went away. And now it's starting to come back. Because I'm talking. So who should we talk to this time? It's a kind of magic. Sophie mentioned of a vampire clan of blood sorcerers sparked your attention. One of them, Agathon, could potentially be your introduction to the bizarre powers of the Chimera. The other side of Hope. Hope is about to head out into the city. Accompany her to see her true face. The gift that keeps on giving. It's been a while since you heard from D'Angelo. Maybe he's busy sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Or maybe he's pissed off the wrong people. Jezebel's Childer. Sophie mentioned a general by the name Tamika, who made herself a haven in Prospect Park. The Pharaohs aren't exactly a social bunch, even by kindred standards. But if you can keep her from clawing your eyes out just long enough, she might persuade you to join you. She might be persuaded to join you. Let's do this one, because I'm trying to make our character seem like a kind of a nice guy. Cause I feel like this is appropriate for his character arc. You make your way through the Grand Army Plaza, passing the soldiers and sailor memorial arc. You can't help but feel a tinge of nostalgia as you picture the place. You've seen it countless times in broad daylight, teeming with life. You quickly get over it and pass through the northwest gate into the Prospect Park. The park is its usual maze of unkept. The park is his usual maze of unkept foliage and dimly lit alleys. Silence hangs in the air as it would at this time of night, and there doesn't appear to be any sign of kindred presence. You start to suspect Langley's source fed her a bunch of bullshit, but you're not willing to give up just yet. You take a deep breath, your nostrils filled with the scent of dead leaves and something else. A faint whiff of copper. Too subtle for a human to notice, but your newfound kindred intuition tells you that you're in the right spot. Yeah, these are Tamaki's hunting grounds. Alright, it's more than a hunch. You can feel it in your veins. Now it's only a matter of finding her. Unless, of course, she finds you first. As you ponder your options, you hear footsteps coming from behind a line of trees. Quick, but evenly pace. Most likely a late-night jogger. No vampire would take kindly to you feeding in their domain. But then again, perhaps you could kill two birds with one stone. Well, I don't seem to be needing the blood, so let's hold off on feeding. Let's walk around the park, because our character's an artist. He appreciates these kind of things. So let's walk around the park. You make your way through the park just casually enough to draw the attention of anyone who might be watching. As you turn south, the air becomes unusually dense, and the scent of copper intensifies. Suddenly, you hear a faint noise, a rustling of leaves coming from a nearby ditch. You stand motionless, listening intensely. In a split second, the air by the side of your head swirls like a vortex. Driven by sheer instinct, you lean back just as 5 finger-shaped razors cut through the darkness, missing your face by an inch. A clawed shadow jumps back a few paces, preparing to correct its mistake. You catch a glimpse of the assailant. Looks pretty animalistic, alright, but he's not the one you're looking for. For starters, it's a he. Just as he's about to lunge at you, a snarl resounds from the bushes nearby, stopping your foe in their tracks. Out of the shadows emerges a young woman, baring her teeth ever so slightly. She walks over calmly, her eyes fixed on your assailant. Her presence is enough to make him reconsider attacking you, but not to withdraw completely. He glances over to her, puffing up his chest. Garnal. How are you supposed to pronounce that? Ga? Gungrel? Gungrel. Stay all the time. I smelled him first. Damn. Oh, how about that? She raises an eyebrow, but remains silent. Her compatriot turns back towards you. You should not come here, pretty boy. I'm gonna fuck you up so bad you'll be wearing your tongue as a fucking necktie. Ooh, a Colombian necktie. I know the secret. I am a huge fan of it. I'm not really a fan of you cutting my throat open or ripping my tongue out, but you know we can maybe I can do it to you. Tamaki looks at you expectantly. Easy there. I'm not looking for a fight. Alright, this one. Easy there, big shot. You made your point, okay? Confirm badass. I'm not looking for a fight. Tamika. Is it Tamika or Tamika? Tamika tilts her head in a way that barely noticeable, and yet strangely expressive. She seems disappointed. The man loosens up, his lips twisting into a wry smile. Clearly, you just gave him the confidence boost he needed. Figures. You got that look about you. All style, no substance. Didn't even have to smell. Didn't have to smell you. I know a sissy when I see one. Fuck you, bitch. Well, guess what? You ain't getting all that easy chicken shit. A fierce growl echoes across the alley, stopping the savage in his tracks. Tamaki walks over to her comrade, her fangs glistening in the dim lamplight. She puts her hand on the side of his head, caressing his hair and tugging at his ears as if she was scolding a puppy. She leans over and speaks in a voice that's firm, yet oddly affectionate. It's okay, Rayol. I'll handle it from here. The male Gurnal looks at her with a mix of timidity and resentment. Then he turns back towards you. Fine. They're not worth the effort anyway. Having said his piece, Royale retreats into the shadows, although if you were to guess, he likely to stay within earshot. With her companion gone, Tamika turns to you once more. What do you want? Straight to the point. I like that. I could use your help. Short story. I'm new here. I'm looking for a chance to leave my mark. Maybe shake things up a bit in the process. I could use your help. Why me? My source claims you are capable. Are they wrong? No, I guess not. But if you're so well informed, you should know that I don't whore myself out for mercenary work. This is different. I don't think I have the kind of money that could persuade you. All I have to offer... Sorry, Susan. All I have to offer is my help. And someday, maybe my friendship. Do I strike you as someone who needs a friend? Your sire abandoned you. Oh. Are you looking for a way out? I think this one, because our characters do not like this life. You strike me as someone looking for a way out. Out of this park, for starters. Is that where you're here? To break me out? Are you my ticket out of here? Yep, that's me. You can leave with or without me. Look, I'm not stupid. I know you can leave anytime, with or without me. I'm just asking for a couple of nights of your time. So what's it gonna be? For a brief moment, she stands there, motionless, looking straight into your eyes as if trying to size you up. Finally, she looks away. It looks like she's come to a decision. Just so that we're clear, I don't trust you. I have no reason. Frankly, you sound more lost than I am. Still, there's something about you. Most kindred who are this pretty tend to hide or hide. Most kindred who are this pretty tend to hide rot underneath. But I don't smell it on you. So I'll give you a chance to prove yourself. Oh, I got a trophy. Convince Tamika to cooperate with you. I have some outstanding business to take care of. I'll let you know once that's done. Meet me here and we'll see what you're really made of. And with that, Tamika disappears into the night. That went pretty well. All things considered. Any new words? No. You're walking down the street towards your haven. In some other town, the sidewalks would be deserted this time of night. In NYC, there are plenty of passerby going about their business. It's easy to be paranoid when you're a vampire surrounded by a crowd of humans. The kindred have many enemies, and all those enemies have one trait in common. They're invisible, indistinguishable from normal humanity. Other vampires, hunters, all look like people. Is that old man just a tired restaurant worker or a kindred thrall tailing your movements? Are the officers idly waiting in a patrol car, ordinary cops, or second Inquisition specialists looking to end the undead threats? This kind of thinking leads to madness, but you can't shake the feeling that someone is watching you. It's not the first time you felt like this. Following the queue of so many mortals around you, you stop at a street corner to casually survey your surroundings, if you were trying to remember which turn to take. You look around obscenely at street signs, but in reality, to see if someone really is following you. Down the street where you came from, a crowd of young drunk men argue loudly about baseball. There's an indistinct figure standing behind them, almost impossible to notice. A woman, probably. The men unconsciously move around her as they start to walk away, still mouthing off at each other. Whatever this is probably something you have to take care of. Best case, someone is tailing you. Worst case, you'll be attacked and killed. Unfortunately, being undead has its limitations. The sun is coming up soon. You'll burn to a crisp if you stay on the streets. You reach your haven and settle in for the day. Disconcerted by the idea that someone might know where you sleep. As you awake from your slumber and emerge from your haven for the night, you notice a familiar face on the other side of the street, standing on the corner and looking straight at you. Is Kaiser's lackey, whom you met recently, Jackie. He nods to you, encouraging you to approach. His hands are outside of his pockets, and he seems pretty relaxed. He's keeping his eyes on the streets, though, as if making sure you're alone. He smiles awkwardly when you approach. Jackie. Who is Jackie again? I remember this guy. Evening. Got something for you from our mutual friend. He produces a crumbled piece of paper from his jacket pocket and hands it to you. Read it. Memorize it. then give it back here. It's a letter. The paper might be just a page ripped out of a spiral notebook, but the writing on it is exquisitely detailed and deliberate. It reads, "Time to square your debt with me. Go to the wine shop at 232 Mulberry Street and ask for the 1821 Special Reserve Donatello Negroamaro? Negroamaro? When they tell you they don't have it, say you are a fidel servitor della famiglia. Those exact fucking words, and make sure you'll get the G right." I didn't get that right. I don't know what this is. Is that supposed to be French or Italian? I'm not exactly sure. "You will get a bottle. Just take it and leave by saying grazie. Grazie. Okay, that's Italian. That is Italian. Don't ask how much it is or anything else. Just walk out. And when you have it, come back to Jackie Boy here and let him know. You're done? Memorize that shit and hand it over." "What's the rush, buddy? What was all this cloak and dagger nonsense?" "Letters, passwords, what was all this cloak and dagger nonsense? That's how the boss likes it, and who I am to argue. I just do what he says. You about done with the letter?" You note the phrases and address mentioned in the letter, then hand it back to Jackie. He immediately reaches for a lighter and burns the letter, putting out the ashes with his boot. "So yeah, when you do what the boss asks, come back here so I can tell you where to go next. I'll be in that alley over there, so find me when you have the item. Wherever it is, I don't know where it is. I don't know, and the boss made it extra clear that I shouldn't care. So I don't. See ya." He shuffles away and leaves you to pursue the lead from the letter. Time to pay a visit to Nolita. You arrive at the address mentioned in the note. Not counting local restaurant patrons, the street is mostly empty at this time of night. But curiously, the wine shop is still open. Inside, a small, middle-aged woman with curly hair stands behind the counter in front of a wall filled with wine bottles. There's a door at the back of the room with a small table and chair accompanied by a man in a black fox leather jacket with a slick comb black hair. He's reading a newspaper, but pauses as a little bell rings when you open the door. He takes a sip from a small steaming cup, then gets back to his broadsheet. Proprietor? Good evening. How may I help you? Be direct. Chat her up. Tell her a friend sent you. A friend told me that this is the place to get a bottle of the 1821 Special Reserve Donatello Negroamaro. Is that right? She gives you a curious look. No, I'm sorry. I don't think we have that one. Your friend must have been thinking about our 1920 Special Reserve. She turns to take a weather bottle off the shelf behind her. Recite the phrase straight and simple. I'm sure you'll find a bottle for a fidel servitor della famiglia G, right? She raises an eyebrow. Let me see if we have any in the back. The woman leaves the counter and goes through the doors in the back. The man by the table puts down his newspaper and takes another sip from the cup, washing it down with a gulp of water from the nearby glass. He tries to hide it, but there is no doubt he's watching you. About a minute passes. Shut the guy out. Just talk him up. So, how's your evening so far? The man looks at you with a smirk but doesn't answer. The doors to the back of the store open and proprietor emerges with a small, unlabeled, squat bottle of crimson liquid. She gives you an apologetic smile. See? See? Sorry for it taking so long. Turns out we did have it. She offers you the bottle and you reach out to grab it, but she retracts it. You do know what this is, don't you? Why, it's wine, of course. Well, this is a wine shop, so it's wine, surely. Something about the face she makes gives you the impression you blew it. The woman looks over to the guy at the table, and he stands up. You decide there won't be a better time and snatch the bottle from her. Oh. I forgot to read the other part. This is the law. The woman looks over to the guy at the table, and he stands up. You decide there won't be a better time and snatch the bottle from her hand. The man draws a gun from a side. Oh, like what? And as you make a run for it, several more people, several more gunmen pour from the back door. Shots ring out, piercing your undead flesh, but you're fast and most Mr. Mark. I got shot? We got shot? What the hell? Okay, I was not expecting that. By the time you make it out onto the street and lose your pursuit, you see you have a few new bullet holes to patch up. The bottle is thankfully intact. You make your way back to the car cautiously and drive back to your apartment. It takes you some time to find a parking spot, but you finally get out of the car and start looking for Jackie. He's not far from where you parted ways just under 2 hours ago. Got the goods. Got the goods. Sure do. I do, but it was a hassle. Got it, but it was a hassle. Oh, boo-hoo, stick around, I gotta make the call. He takes a few more steps into a narrow space between two buildings and takes out the same high-tech phone you saw him carrying last night. Last day. Last time. Hey, boss. Yeah, they have it. Point them to? Okay? Yeah, I'll tell them to go there right away. He puts the phone down back in his pocket and turns back to you. Willets Point. Half an hour. So you better step on it. See you around. With only a flippant salute, Jackie starts walking down the street. You make your way back to the car and drive. You had to push the speed limit to make it on time, but you're here. Willets Point is quite a change in scenery. The place is a post-industrial dump, the nearby stadium notwithstanding. You stop your car once you realize that if you go any further down, the potholes will kill your chassis. You step out onto those gashes in the asphalt, splashing in the ankle-deep water. Kaiser's limo is nowhere to be seen. In fact, the whole place is pretty much deserted, other than the apparent proprietor of a lonely bar, a middle-aged woman who's just locking the place up. Probably should feed because I'm dying, right? Should I feed or should I wait a little bit longer? Because she's an innocent person, right? The apparent proprietor of a lonely bar. Our character's a good guy. You shouldn't eat her. I mean, you are pretty hurt though. You should take in. Well, we're not gonna kill her. We're not gonna kill her, right? So, yeah, let's do it. This is too perfect an opportunity to not take advantage of. She's walking. She's walking to her car, ready to call it a night when you sneak up on her. She's far too tired to resist your strong hold and swift bite. You can taste the caffeine in her veins, smell the cheap cigarette in her hair, the old cooking grease in her clothes. She passes out. Your assault the closing note of a long day at work. You let her down and feel a pang of remorse. You pick up her car keys and drop in place in her drive. You pick up the car keys she dropped and place her in the driver's seat. She'll find an explanation for passing out like this for sure. The bright lights of a car pulling over down the road illuminate you as you close the door. As a black limo, Kaiser, finally here it would seem. Same as last time, the car doors open but nobody comes out. You know the drill. This time, Kaiser is visible when you look inside. You sit down and close the door behind you. That's right, this creepy looking guy. I forgot what his whole deal was. It's just to be rich, right? Heard there was a shit. Heard there was... I was just what? He doesn't seem to have lips, right? He just seems to have upper lips, so... Heard there was a shootout in Mulberry. I told you to stick to the fucking script. Didn't I? You have the bottle. Give it here. Hand the bottle over to the Nosferatu. He uncorks it gently. There's a lift and puts the cork back in. Yeah, that's the stuff. Good job, kid. Because you're get paid. Oh yeah. And also, take this. It's what Langley wanted. He passes you an envelope with what feels like a thick card inside. Thank you, Mr. Kaiser. We're even now. I think you still owe me a bonus. Now let's just say thank you and get it the frick out of here. Yeah. I'll send Jackie over if I ever need anything else from you. How about that? Time for you to get out. Now. He leaves you out of the car with the envelope in hand. You get out, back onto the torn asphalt and the disparate and discreet surroundings. The limo slowly drives away. Finally, you can return to Sophie and bring her what she wanted. Gregory here. Gregory lets you in. You hear a shrill, unpleasant laugh, and you realize Sophie's having a guest over. Ooh, who could it be? He's the man from Elysium, the one with the glasses and good taste in suits. You didn't have a chance to talk to him last time you saw him. Ah, Hanyo, so glad to see you. Tell me, did the two of you previously meet? The man doesn't wait for an answer. He approaches you with a energetic, almost dance-like steps and puts out his hand. Thomas Arturo. Thomas Arturo, I heard about you. Pleasure. Thomas is a great source of gossip and an excellent conversationalist. I also have the prince's ear, which is the primary reason dear Miss Langley wished to speak to me tonight. Good gossip, even come from me, isn't nearly as valid. Sad. Sophie is taken aback by the man's direct comment, but smiles politely. The awkward atmosphere is broken again by the guest's grating laugh. I kid. Of course, I kid. Well, I was about to leave anyway, so I'll leave you two to it. Good night, Sophie. Tanya. Gregory boy. Sophie's driver opens the door for Arturo, and the guest steps out with a single wave of the hand towards his host and you. The doors close. He's quite the character, isn't he? Yes, quite. But he has his uses. Thomas has clout in court and access to many juicy details on everyone, from the prince to the lowest primogene. He is useful to have him on your side, even if his eccentricity requires some patience. Speaking of patience, you have been putting mine to the test lately. Do you manage to contact Kaiser and inquire what I asked for? Yes, but I had to do another job for him first. I have it. Sorry for the wait. Yeah, it's just fine. But the data you offered was old news to him. I had to do another job for him before he would give me this card. She retrieves the envelope from you. I'm sure he did. I do hope it wasn't too much of an inconvenience. I had to retrieve a bottle for him. I had to deal with his servant first. And just went. He may go on an entirely separate escapade to retrieve a bottle of wine from a store in Nolita. I had to use code phrases and whatnot. Wine shop. Code phrases. That degenerate pest. She's visibly agitated, but calms down and smiles at you. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure that whatever Kaiser had you do, it'll blow over. Wait, what did I do? Did I just offer him, like, vampire drugs or something? She opens the envelope and looks at the card. You notice the same lettering you saw on Kaiser note from before, but can't see the details. Her eyes widen. Yes, excellent. I need to call in some favors. I will likely be busy from the next few nights. You have my permission to show some initiative, my dear charge. I will contact you soon. With that, Sophie ushers you outside and you are left to do with the rest of this night hours as you like. Alright, who should we go see next? I'm gonna get a drink. Where's not? I'm barely hearing audio. Oh, sorry. I had the headphones turned down a little bit too low. That's on me. That's on me. A kind of magic. Let's not do that one. Ooh, a new story? Somebody's watching me. Part 1. Recently, you're feeling as if somebody keeps tailing you. Time to confront your suspicions. Let's not do that one quite yet. Let's go with Hope because she was like the first person we ever met, so let's do Hope. When you get to the internet cafe, Hope is already waiting out front. The sight catches you off guard. A part of you suspect that she might be more of a shut-in. My haven is my castle type. I kind of like that. I'm really like that. At Schumacher 2002. Perfect timing. We need to go for a ride. Get in. She doesn't wait for your response and jumps behind the wheel of a lavender vintage roadster instead. The engine starts roaring exponentially, causing everyone's heads to turn. Not wanting to attract needless attention, you quickly slip into the backseat of the car. The vehicle... my throat. The moment you shut the door behind you, the vehicle sets off, tires screeching. At 0 to 100 real quick. Sorry for not bringing you up to speed first, but hey, this is New York City. Everyone's always in a rush, and this is even more true when you're kindred. At busy work. Now allow me to take care of some business and I'll be right with you. Even as she's zooming through the traffic, she's still on her phone. Of course. God damn millennials. Nice car. Watch the road, please. Shouldn't you look at the road from the time to time? At busy work. It might come as a bit of a shock to you. But I'm pretty decent multitasking. Yes, I remember that part. That part is fucking freaky. At busy work, it's pretty hard to make a living in the city. You gotta be at the top of your game at all times. At busy work, might as well explain my business plan to you while I'm at it. at dis at dis what for that one. So another extremely online Malk based in New York goes by the name of Dev Null told me to Google Ethereum a few years ago. That's how I got into Bitcoin. Oh God, why bring in Bitcoin? Oh, here's also terrible that. And I found a new religion. 23 years old, selling visions of governments replaced by benign code and decentralized consciousness. Masses ruled by algorithms as just as the laws of physics. Alright, bringing some weird metaphysical techno stuff into this. I could buy this. I could buy this. Idiot man child investigators trying to shape their realities through sheer fanatical zeal and dedicated collectors of things as abstract as rare SHA 256 decryptions. So is this like the plot of The Empty Man? Are they building a tulpa? Her driving style is far more aggressive and dangerous than you're comfortable with. Is it just you, or does she peek into the rear view mirror more often than she looks straight? Sorry, hopefully the microphone didn't catch that. Gotta go up and okay. A hyper speculative environment where nothing has real value, only abstract beliefs matter, and your life savings can be ruined by a single bullshit tweet. How could I refuse the allure? Sounds kind of like reality right nowadays. I start buying low and selling high on a variety of shady 24/7 exchanges that allow me with 100 times leverage, as in they lend me 100 times the capital I could bet with. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. I got lucky at the beginning and kept their ball rolling, shortening and longing impulsively. Recklessly, I got to the point where I became too big to fail, and that's when I crashed out. The car comes to an abrupt halt. You bump up against the seat in front of you. 100 to 100 real quick. Okay, this story will be continued later. We're here, right at our first stop. I need you to do me a favor. What favor? First stop. Young, hot, petite, Ingenie? Oh, hot, young, petite. That's okay. I know what that is. I'm not sure what that part is. Yeah, I need you to run a few errands tonight. This one is as simple as it gets. See that weird guy in the Yankees cap standing around the corner? Approach him. Tell him you're at Young Hot Petite and Genuine. Take the phone he gives you and bring it here. Get going, honey. It's illegal to park here. You jump out of the car and approach the man. Hope has pointed out. Not a lot you can tell about him based on his appearance, aside from the fact he seems pretty shady. The guy assumes a comical, threatening pose as you approach him. Why do I look so why do I look like that? The hell do you want? I'm here for your phone. I'm young, I'm a hot, and I'm petite. Well, our character is pretty attractive. He's young, but he ain't. I don't think he's petite. No. At young, hot, petite, and genuine in disguise. Oh, no offense, but I can't expect a girl. I mean, no, yeah, my bad for assuming. Damn. At least being nice about it, I think. He takes the phone out of his pocket and covertly passes it to you. Everything's been prepared and preloaded according to your instruction. Should take about 2 minutes to transfer the data. Now get out of here. The man walks away with a saturated hip hop get. You jump back into Hope's car. She immediately steps on the gas. You got the phone? You're the best. Pass it to me, please. She connects the two smartphones using a cable. Begins some sort of data transfer. Looks like it's an identical model. After a minute or so, the process is complete. Alright, goodbye, lovely. You served me well. Hope opens the car window, grabs her own phone. You're not expecting enough to recognize the second model, but it definitely looks like it had a 800 price slapped on it, and tosses it out the window. Surprised, you look behind you and see a car in the opposite lane run over the abandoned device. Hope notices your quizzical look. Off the grid lifestyle. I've been needing a lot of burner phones lately, and I'm not going to use some cheap piece of shit. So it's an pretty expensive necessity. Intersection, red light. She takes advantage of the moment to shoot a driving selfie that strategically excludes her face and uploads it to Instagram. You notice her handle there is Averse Beauty. I'm gonna stop saying most of these. Now, I was telling you a story. Bitcoin, cashing out, getting rich. I think it was cashing out, right? Cashing out. Right. At some point towards the end of 2017, I became convinced that I need to cash out. There was no way the bubble was going to last forever. I always knew there would be no grapes of wrath for the cryptocurrency era. It would have to be a series of profoundly antisocial, disconnected events. The whole crypto culture was a decentralized church of low millennials who rejected all established modern values and kept atoning for the original sin of not buying Bitcoin back in 2013. Another abrupt last-second turn. You are pressed against the window. What the hell is it with her driving style? Bet a life you never wanted to live anyway. You get a chance to win a priceless pile of nothing. Under yourself from all worldly desires. Find joy in suicidal... YouTube, I should not say. Attention. To think, to this day, money holds no real value for me. It's an abstract as a video game store. How'd I hit that? That was right here, though. It's abstract as a video game score. A bunch of numbers on the screen. This joyless world changed me forever. I knew I had to escape. So I took my piles of fictional dollars to a new arena. Elite NYC social circles. Not because I wanted to scam them and make more, but because I wanted to finally have some goddamn fun. I mean, of course, I had to scam them in the process. I scammed them in the process, but it was only in service of becoming something more than a star. A consolation. Another abrupt stop. This time next to the entrance of a shifty-looking back alley. Alright. Leaky gut syndrome? Oh, okay. Alright, friend. This time you're at leaky gut syndrome. Whistleblower extraordinaire. Whenever a press sneak fuck wants a leak, you got it. Got it? Sorry for putting you out there in my place, but I only personally contact people as a last resort. Gets hard to protect my identity. each time I show my face. And since I got you, our man is waiting for you in this back alley. He's paying back a favor with a flash drive containing crucial information we need to stay safe in this city. Retrieve it. I will circle this area, make sure we aren't in any danger now. When you're done, get back here and I'll pick you up. Everything clear. Good? You exit the car and see it drive away in a hurry, then head into the narrow passageway. Sure enough, there is a man waiting for you at the end of the back street. Unshaven, wearing wrinkled clothes with a nervous eye tick, he looks even dodgier than the last guy you met. When you approach, he gives you a mean look. You lost or something? You said you got a little something that might interest me. Of course. Straight to the point, aren't you? Alright then. Clumsily, he reduces a USB stick from his front shirt pocket and holds it before your face. When you reach out to take it, he pulls his hand back and gives you a slight grin. Getting all this data was risky, you know. Miss Montgomery is an unusually secretive person. Digging up dirt on her took more effort than I expected. Effort that should be rewarded, I think. The more you ask around about her, the more you expect a letter saying, give up your inquiries, which are completely useless at your doorstep, perhaps attached to a surfer cat's head. You catch my drift. The secrecy surrounding her screams, friend in high places, brave new world order, Illuminati shit. You know, makes me think I deserve some hazard pay. Start walking away. You try to imagine what Hope would do if she were in your place. Then you simply turn away and start walking back where you came from, calmly, wordlessly, no negotiations. Just as you're about to walk out of his sight, you hear an annoyed grunt behind you. Alright, shouldn't have put you on the spot like that. My bad, okay? Get back here. You turn around and look at the journalist. Expectantly, he sighs and sends the hand holding a flash drive towards you again. You take it. Oh yeah, one more thing. Not really sure what it's about, but one of my informants claims you might be interested in this. He reaches into his inner jacket pocket and presents you with something wholly unexpected. It's a bag of blood, labeled simply as ABARH. Any of the questions that just appeared in your mind. Oh, sorry. This way. You take a closer look, but that doesn't answer any of the questions that appeared in your mind. You peek into the journalist's cold, blue eyes and see them twitch uncontrollably. Don't ask me. They say you know what to do with it. Leaky gut. Come on, take it. Drink his blood. Sip the blood. Fine, I'll take it. You grab the bag. Anything else? Yeah, I don't think so. Thank you for your cooperation. Another eye twitch and an awkward silence. You hide the blood bag under your clothes and leave the alley the way you came. Hope's car appears behind the corner just as you walk out onto the street. It doesn't even fully stop when you approach, but slows down just enough so you can jump in. Wait a second. I'm gonna walk away for a minute because I need to get something to drink because my throat is gonna turn into a raw, bloody mess. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I got a jug of hot tea that Mama Hanya made for me earlier. So I got that, and I also got a thing of juice, some cold juice from the fridge, because we don't have any cold waters in the fridge. Should fix that. But I got a good remedy for my issue. Sorry. Trying to give it a minute to calm down. Okay. Should be feeling a bit better. Alright, so we're helping Hope out. I should better finish because we can only do. I think we're gonna stop this hour. So let's keep going. Where's remote? There it is. The moment the door closes, she leans into. Let's scoot up a little bit. The moment you close the door, she leans into the gas pedal with her full strength, causing the engine to roar. Her driving style definitely doesn't reflect how laid back she seems as a person. You got it? You throw the flash drive into the seat next to her. Perfect. Any problems? How did the meeting go? You relate the entire back alley encounter to her. Towards the end of the story, you notice she's not staring at the road or her phone, but directly at your face. The realization startles you. Oh, new name. At Bloody Mary and Adderall. You got that bag of blood with you? You place it on the seat next to her. She peeks at the label. She looks at it again. Then she steps on the brakes. At vulgar. Fuck. I'm okay. She grabs both the bag and the flash drive you obtain and throws them out the window. Looks like that's her favorite method of taking care of her problems. Wait, what? Just a bag of blood. You got rid of that blood? That's your food. Just like throwing away a hamburger or something. That bag was a message. AB negative used to be my blood type. Is the rarest one, found in less than 1% of the United States population. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Glad you didn't drink it. Who knows what they've done to the bag. Some NYC vets can tell you wild stories about using irradiated blood to locate and kill other kindred. Seriously. Seriously? Glad I didn't drink from him. Better safe than sorry. Yeah. Still, I wonder if they would have done anything to his blood. That would have been some kind of 5-dimensional chess move. But yeah, this contact is compromised. It needs to be cut off. Goodbye, my journalist friend and me, and goodbye, dear Leaky Gut Syndrome. You've both outlived your usefulness. After a brief period of hesitation, she deletes the whistleblower extraordinaire account and sighs. Another one bites the dust. I've got another story to finish. I was talking about Bitcoin and then... Where did I stop? I think it was the elites. NYC elites. Wealth haver. Alright. You know who saw the real face of the city? Anna Delavie. Ever heard of her? Yeah, the crazy girl who scammed a bunch of people thinking she was rich and famous. a Russian working-class girl born as Anna Sorkin. She moved to New York in 2013 and convinced everyone that she was this insanely rich trust fund kid, a wealthy German heiress. Manhattan elites totally fell for it, and they bought it for years while she swindled them. She only got arrested in 2017 after having stolen almost $300,000. Sorkin created her Delavi persona out of thin air, convinced everyone that she was going to set up an art fund and keep tasting all of life's finest pleasures, while being basically broke. She even made up a fake family financial advisor, then killed him off when he became a liability. And apparently most of her rich victims never admitted to being scammed out of shame. Sorry, taking a drink. Ugh, it burns. But not super hot, but it burns like in a good way. But now you're sure. The way I'm reconnecting everything. I'm not sure this is gonna save the stream. Are we all back up? Are we all back up? Let me see. Okay, I think we're connected again. Okay. Yeah, so OBS crashed. OBS has crashed on me. That has never happened before. So that's a completely new thing I never experienced. There is an update for OBS that did pop up. It did pop up, but my whole thing was like, well, we're streaming. We're about to stream. Let's do it later. I guess I should have done it right then and there. So we wouldn't have this issue. Too late though. Too late. But like I said, we're only gonna be streaming for like another hour or so. So we good. At Wealth Haver. Now Delavi's locked up with murderers and Rikers, writing her memoirs, apparently picking lots of fights. Bless her heart. She'll forever be an inspiration. But I have more advantages than she ever did. Just gonna make sure this is still live on the phone. Okay, we're good. But I have more advantages than she ever did. I have my own considerable funds, and I can rely on many more made-up people than just some old-fashioned financial advisor. A whole bunch of fake content creators and influencers that every rich dumbass wants to get in touch with and collaborate. Makes it super easy to earn more money than I invest. You've seen it firsthand, both as a deceiver and the deceived. It's a city of illusions. Make non-existent money, come up with a fictional status, play nonsensical Carmelia games. And one day, you might just find yourself at the top. Alright, we're reaching our last stop. You look around. You're coming up on a parking garage. At Devil Woman Doctor. You're going to take an elevator to the 70th floor. Give the masked man you meet in front of the door this memory card. It contains an art house movie I've made. You mean a vampire movie? By art house, you mean vampire movie. Yes, a movie. You see me rehearse in my haven. You didn't think I was doing that just for show, did you? I found some filthy rich Manhattan purrs who'll pay a fortune for a convincing vampire cam show. I don't need money, but their IT industry connections give me an idea. When we give them this memory card, we'll gain access to tech that should allow us to take on my biggest enemy in this city. So your nickname in this time is going to be a crash. What do you mean crashed? You mean how we just crashed? How I just crashed in the thing? How my OBS just crashed? You are momentarily dazed and can't immediately understand what happened. The first thing you know for sure is if you were still a normal human being, you'd be dead. You replay the last few seconds in your head. The other car appeared out of nowhere and crashed into Hope's vehicle at the maximum speed it was able to achieve in this closed-off space. The driver has already managed to kick open the mangled door next to him and stumble out of his seat. Now, he wordlessly approaches the trunk. And takes out a large caliber silenced pistol out of it. What was this? Is this a vampire hunter? He starts approaching the lavender wreck of Hope's car, obviously ready to finish the job that he started. You have to be fast and violent. It's you or him now. Attack the man. Outrun his gun. Ooh, we're not really a fighter yet. This is our character arc. This is our Uncle Ben moment. I think we need to fail one more time. So let's run the gun. Your instincts take over. The world stops moving just as you start running. It can see you, of course, but not as well-defined shape. It's a blur, and its speed is faster than his aim. It gets closer to him. He's scared. It's next to him. He's terrified. A series of superhumanly swift punches rupture his body in all sorts of horrifying ways. His world briefly turns into an ocean of agony and then disappears forever. You stand above the government's body, trying to calm yourself and your killer instincts that when you hear her voice. At same but unironically ugh. Hope slithers out of the car and sees you standing over your assailant. You did pretty good. She approaches the body of the driver you killed and kicks it so she can take a better look at it. Upon seeing the front of the corpse, she lets out an annoyed grunt. Knew it would be this asshole. He's been following me all day, and I know just who he belongs to. Even before she's done talking, she's already trying to reach something through a video call. Eventually, she succeeds. You see a nonchalant woman in business casual on her smartphone screen. Kara Montgomery. Kara Montgomery. How may I help you? Kara. Oh, didn't expect you ever reach me through this channel. Have you thought things through? Wait, did something happen? Did something happen? Your fucking ghoul just tried to kill me, you crazy bitch. That's what fucking happened. Calm yourself, for Christ's sake. This is a baseless accusation. I know he's from Double Spiral. He's been working at your motherfucking company. Come on, you know I can't be held responsible for the independent actions of my subordinates. Why don't we just meet up and talk it over? Hope disconnects the call and instantly blocks Kara from contacting her. You corporate shithead. You make me sick. Tired. She turns her gaze to the dead ghoul. Holla back, woman. Ain't no holla back, girl. Ain't no holla back, girl. I'll dispose of him. Help me put him in my car. 30 seconds later, his body is laying on the backseat of the lavender-colored wreck. Okay, good. You take a look at the scene of carnage in front of you. Every second we're here gets us closer to a serious masquerade violation. I'll have to exchange my palm, my palm de worthy masterpiece of the goods some other time. Not sure what that was trying to speak. She gets behind the wheel and you follow her inside the car. Meet me in my haven when I tell you it's safe. For now, I need to dump this asshole somewhere. Get my car fixed and plan our counterattack. You guide Hope to your own haven. She drops you off, and before she leaves, she makes what's about to come perfectly clear. If you want to survive in this city, Cara Montgomery needs to die. She disappears into traffic, and you disappear into your place. Oh. Look at that new word. A ghoul. What is a ghoul? A minion created by giving a bit of vampire viate to a mortal without draining them of blood first, which would create a vampire instead. Okay. So it's kind of like how they do the Revenants or ghouls in the Vampire Chronicles. Yeah, you drain a human of blood and give them the vampire blood, but you don't drain them enough to kill them. So they're in like this kind of like a zombie thing. But I guess this guy kind of like a half vampire or something. Ah, sorry, I need to get a drink. My throat's killing me. What's our next things? It wants us to rest. Oh, we got a whole bunch of things. A kind of magic. We're not going to go for the magic for this playthrough. If we do another playthrough with a different character, surely. Faith and Myth, Part 2. Benet Siegel wants to meet you again at the cathedral. You wonder whether that mysterious priest will be there. A Noisy Reporter, Part 1. There's a sleazy reporter from a gossip magazine sniffing around Sophie's haven. She could use your help with the problem. Somebody's watching. Okay, we know that one. Her master's voice. Cara wants to meet Hope. Hope decides you should see her alone, with an ace up your sleeve. I want to do more. My throat. I don't know if I should. Let's go with Bennett or Benet. Benet. You started to look at the churches differently since you last encountered with Benet. You're not sure what happened inside, but it was unavoidably real. You felt it. When he mentioned that being in the presence of Father Anthony's faith would eventually kill someone like you, an undead being, you believed him. It doesn't seem to be very common, though. In New York, you pass thousands of people every night, and none of them have made you feel so afraid and insignificant. If you were to encounter someone like Father Anthony in the subway or a nightclub, you would know. There are many churches in the 5 boroughs, and you're pretty sure most of them don't contain someone whose faith can touch you in this way. Yet you come wary. They just might. Still, tonight, the cathedral looks as before, a striking landmark, acting as a symbol of faith for people who have no idea that vampires exist in their midst. For them, questions of faith and myth are theological or philosophical. For you, those same questions suddenly define the meaning of your new existence. You sneak into the cathedral, like an old hand, as if going to church had been a regular part of your life. Inside the cathedral, it is almost deserted. You're not sure if you'll be meeting Bennett alone. The idea of feeling Father Anthony's faith on your undead flesh freezes you with terror. Bennett is waiting for you in the front pew of the cathedral in the exact same spot where you first saw Father Anthony. Worried, you approach but don't feel the touch of faith that shook you before. Bennett nods as you sit next to him in the pew. I have so many questions. I thought a lot about our last meeting. There are so many questions, and I'm not sure where I can find the answers. I can tell you some things, but you'll grow dissatisfied with me and want to find answers on your own. That quest will never end. You have some time to think. I'm guessing you found the touch of Father Anthony's faith. Hard to ignore. For most people, God's presence is a question of faith. When I talk with Father Anthony, it feels like proof. Bennett is fervent, intense as he speaks. It's clear these questions have consumed his existence. Perhaps they'll consume yours too. I can't stop thinking about divine purpose. This is kindred culture. What does the Carmelia believe? What do the kindred of the Carmelia believe? The old ones. It's true. The elders are not always so good at teaching their childer. Maybe the Carmelia would function better if you all knew these things. I knew all these stories. I look down for a second. Bennett looks around fervently to make sure nobody is listening. There are only a few people in the enormous cathedral, and they don't seem to be interested in two loners murmuring to each other in the front pews. It might seem like ancient history, things that happened thousands of years ago, but time works differently for our kind. If the stories are true, there are the Methuselahs still in existence, who walked the earth when Jesus was alive. The only problem is that old vampires lie. They adjust history to suit their egos. You can't talk to different elders? Surely something was written down. I really love this. I feel like interview with a vampire. Surely something was written down before the Masquerade was established. Of course, the Tremere have many interesting manuscripts in their libraries. I've seen a few. If you have the chance, I recommend looking at them. This is how the story goes. God cursed Cain as punishment for the murder of Abel. Cain walked the night shunned by humanity and drank blood to sustain himself. Even from the point of our origin, we are damned. However, the story becomes really interesting when we move forward. Cain creates more of our kind, often referred to as the second generation. They lived in the first city, later called Enoch, ruling openly over the city's humans, inhabitants. I see the first city as Cain's redemption. Cursed by God to wander, he remade himself as a ruler and lawgiver, acting as an immortal shepherd to humanity. It only starts to go wrong when the second generation begat the third, and vampires started to run amok. Vampires rule openly over humans? What happened to the first city? So the third generation, also known as the Antediluvians, who founded the great vampire clans. You can trace a direct lineage of blood to them, of your own clan. We know much more about them than we know about the second generation. After the first city, Cain largely departs the story. Perhaps he was disheartened by the depredations of his descendants. The third generation went on to build a second city in imitation of the first, but it's doubtful their rule was just. A drink. There are people moving in the cathedral, and both you and Bennett have made sure none can get close enough to hear you talk. As Bennett goes on, your undead senses detect something that deviates from the normal hubbub of devout mortals, cathedral workers, and tourists. You hear the squeaking wheels of an old wheelchair that hasn't been taken out too often. We've been doing this for 20 years, and still, you pull stuff like this, Michael? Why did you bring your sister? We're on the field. We were on the field. This is no place for the disabled. The voice is that of an older man, Midwestern. He sounds exasperated, as if he was rehashing an argument for the 100th time. She wanted to come. She doesn't get out of the house very often. Besides, you should be grateful, Bobby. We have never found our new partners without her. The second voice belongs to an old man too. It's more intense and still holds the echoes of a Russian accent. Yes, because she talked about vampires online. You got your door busted in by the FBI, as I remembered. We did, sure. I just said Russian. But we cleared the misunderstanding, and now we're consultants. So quit your griping. I know, I don't think it's Russian. Bobby, Michael, play nice. You sound like an old couple. The third voice has a heavier Russian accent and belongs to an older woman. All three have clearly known each other for a long time. Let's find... How do you do Russian? I'm trying to think of Glava. I must break him. Let's find for the attorney and see if he can help us. From what I heard, he's an exceptional man. Yeah, exceptional, but he doesn't like moles. You nudge Bonet and discreetly point out the three people approaching you along the cathedral's central aisle. He nods in understanding. This is bad news, whoever these three are. We need to get out. Let's meet outside. You walk out straight past the mortals. You move discreetly to the side. Better not to call attention to yourself. You decide to move to the side of the cathedral and pretend to pray at an altar. You walk casually towards the side, away from the three approaching mortals. You feel their eyes boring into your back, but you have forced yourself to be cool. Bennett is nowhere to be seen. You blinked and he disappeared in a burst of speed. You're worried it was too conspicuous, but maybe the mortals missed it. You pretend to admire the architecture for a while before glancing back at the trio. They have settled at the exact spot you just occupied, apparently waiting for something and conversing in hushed tones. Once you're sure their attention is elsewhere, you start walking briskly down the side aisle towards the exit. That was a close call. Yeah. Fuck you. Yeah, who are those three? Do you recognize them? I might have, but I'm not sure. There are talks of a few tenacious vampire hunters living in the city. One of them is supposed to be a woman in a wheelchair. Oh. Okay, so we got Russian vampire hunters. Okay. I didn't see that one coming. For a second, Benet looked at you as if he was wondering whether he should say something. There's one thing I've always wondered about the story of Cain. The traditions of the Camellia put a lot of faith in the relationship between sire and child. You're supposed to follow the example of your maker. Yet Cain didn't really seem to care for the vampires he embraced. Did he think it was a mistake to create our kind? My sire left me. We should make our own way in the world. Is that common among the kindred? Yes. Unfortunately, the kindred are selfish and cruel. You know, I'm Sophie's child, and you're her progeny. It's amazing that we are protege. It's amazing that we share an appreciation for the mythologies of our kind, considering Sophie has little interest in questions of the spirit. Yeah, okay. I'm about to say, wait, was that mentioned that he was Sophie's child? I guess it wasn't. I guess it was not. Something you, Sarah Benet, you knew there was something he wasn't telling you. But in all the talk about Cain in the first city, you forgot about it. Now the only question is, what does this mean? Does Sophie know her child is talking to you? Probably not. Don't hold it against me, but I admit finding some pleasure in seeing you suffer the effects of Father Tonley's faith. I suppose that's the demon in me. I'm not your enemy. I understand that you're bitter, Benet. I'm not your enemy. I'm sorry. I know that. It's just that sometimes I too get tempted by sin. You know, we should meet again. We've talked so much about myth, but maybe that's cowardly when the reality of faith is right in front of us. I'll introduce you to Father Anthony. You nod, unsure whether that's a good idea. Benet walks away and you follow his example, not wanting to hang around the cathedral any longer. Oh, okay. That was a lot. That was not a lot, but that was a lot of little world building there. Should we do another one? Should we do one more? I really want to. I really want to. I know I really shouldn't because of time. So I think we're gonna stop. I think we'll stop right here. I think this is a good place to stop. Now tomorrow, it should be more Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F. Let me see. Yeah, tomorrow it should be Silent Hill F. And we'll come back to this on Wednesday. I have no stream scheduled for Tuesday. But Tuesday I might be free, so I might do a stream on Tuesday. I might. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I really love this game. I didn't know it was gonna be full like story visual novel. I thought it could be some action. There is an action game of it, like a free to play thing, and I have it downloaded. I just haven't started it yet. I think I might start that in January. But I'm gonna go because my throat is really hurting. I should not be talking any much longer. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see you all tomorrow. Hope everyone has a great day, a good night, a good evening, wherever you may live in this crazy batshit world. And I will see you all next time. Have a good night. Bye bye.